Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Amanda May and this is my 6th Flosstube episode. I'm so excited that you've come back to join me and probably wondering what's with the hair. Well, it's about time to start thinking about Halloween. I debuted my pattern last week, my pumpkin pie spice sampler, and got my new mug, my pumpkin spice latte mug. And I'm just thinking about fall, y'all. But I want to tell you the story of why I'm in this wig. So before we do our regularly scheduled program where I show you my haul, we do Save the Stitches and my sustainability post, and then end with some shop news and pattern news, I want to tell you the story of this past week. And it's been quite an adventure. I don't know if you've been here since the beginning. I was disheveled a couple weeks ago. My hot water heater had gone out and I have since got that replaced. But in the last 8 days, it has been a rather silly week. It started when I got my car an oil change and I had the brake fluid replaced in it, and then wound up with no brakes in an intersection with my children in the back of the car. So that was super fun. We're all safe. I took it back to the auto body shop and they apologized profusely and said that I guess when they screwed the gasket back on for the brake fluid, they screwed it too tight, and because of that it ruptured and all my brake fluid drained out. So driving into town, when I first was braking, it seemed a little off, but by the time I got into town I didn't have any brakes. So that happened. So that was my first weird little thing that happened. And then I was wondering why it was really hot in my house. Like, not like you know, uncomfortable, just going like, what's going on? Something's not right. And yeah, my AC went out. So I've had a nice adventure dealing with getting my AC worked on. And through all of this, my hair's been a little disheveled, okay? I've tried the faux hawk, I've tried all these new things. Now, last year my hair was like down to here. I would get caught under my arm when I was swimming. It was just heavy, and so I cut 11 inches off and it was to here, and then I've slowly like kind of cut it off since then. Well, this weekend it was, like I said, terribly hot. My AC was not working very well, and the back of my ear was like kind of itchy, like it didn't feel right, and I just kept messing with it. And my husband says, well, Amanda, I could just trim around your ear for you, you know, it's not a big deal. I'll use my clippers and just clip around your ear, and then when you have your normal appointment next month, they'll like shorten it for you and it'll be great. And I'm like, sure, fine, great, I trust you. I trust you. So first time ever at home, sat down to get just hair trimmed, right? Well, I sit down in a rotating desk chair, which should have been clue number 1 that that was not a good idea. Sat down in the chairs that swivel. All right, so husband with no training or experience cutting hair should have been first indicator. Second indicator, at home with my children present. You know, third, swivel chair. So all of this, I should have seen, I should have known better that this was not a good idea. Do you know where this story is going? Do you know? Have you figured this out yet? All right, so he starts trimming around my ear. Everything's fine. And then my infant child decided to run up and push the chair so it as it were, and the clippers also went whoop as it were, like a moment. And we laughed about it, and my husband goes, it's okay, Amanda, I can fix it. So he tries to fix it. Yeah, so he was a service member, he's a veteran, I actually met my husband at the Veterans of Foreign Wars. So I should have known better. When he said I can fix it, what he meant was he was going to give me a high and tight. Yeah, that happened. So I was completely shaved and then with a high and tight, and I said, no, this is not going to work for me. He goes, it's okay. I'll fix it. And as he goes to try to fix it, my son hits the front of my chair. So all bets are off. At this point, I just say, shave it off. I just said, fine, just shave it off. It's like, are you sure? I'm like, it's just hair. It's going to grow back. I am very grateful that I have hair that does grow back. We made a mistake. All of the signs said, do not let your partner cut your hair. And I ignored all the signs. It's been a strange week. I survived my breaks going out. I gotta survive this summer. Let's just shave it off. Okay. So here we go. This is me with a shaved head. This was never in my plan. This was never something. Oh my goodness. It is the strangest feeling ever. I have never had my hair short. I'm gonna dig up a couple pictures of me with long hair and show you that this is way out of the norm for me. So we're gonna continue on with Flosstube, but I just want to say thank you all for joining me, and I'll be back with some kind of cross-stitch stuff, and we'll start talking about that. Alrighty, again, Amanda May with Ardith Design, and I'm ready to talk about counted cross-stitch and not my missing hair. So here we go. I had a really good week as far as treasure hunting. I ended up going out on Wednesday last week, and then again on Saturday. So I went out twice this past week, which I was really excited about, and I found some really cool stuff. So I wanted to show you my treasures in my haul from this week, and then I want to show you some of the carryover haul from last week that I didn't show you. I got a lot of haul, y'all. All right, so we're going to start with this really awesome purse that I got. And at first, it was just like laying there, and I thought it was tapestry, machine-made tapestry. And then I started looking closer at it and saw, no, that's all hand stitched. Gorgeous hand stitched purse. I have never come across one of these. I've never seen one in real life. I've only ever seen on Pinterest. So it was such a delight to find this. I mean, look, just as a frame of reference, here's my finger, here's the stitching. I mean, get out of town. And the inside is really awesome. It's actually pristine. It's like a showpiece. It looks like there's some discoloration, but I'm kind of wondering, is that meant to be there or not? So, and look at this. Even where you set the bag down. Do you see that? It even has stitching. I couldn't believe it. So this was, I think, the coolest stitching find I've found as far as just intricacy, and I mean, it's so gorgeous. I wouldn't want to take this anywhere. Or maybe this is like a red carpet bag. You know, the bag that you take to the red carpet so you get photographed with it, but you don't actually use it. So it was really neat, and it came in this box. So I don't have any information on it other than how much I love it. All right, the next thing I got in my treasure hunt was, it's really cool. It was in this gross frame, big frame, and it's got a bunch of damage and stuff. So I asked the lady, like, if she would make me a deal, which she wouldn't, but it doesn't hurt to ask because the frame was trashed. It's not marked. The back of the frame did say completed in 2011. It doesn't give me who completed it, when, where, no details. But I saw it. I thought it was a painting from far away. I didn't think it was cross stitch. Yeah, here we go. I took it out of the frame. I haven't done anything else. I have not cleaned it, pressed it, nothing. All right, are you ready? Look at this full coverage piece. Get out of town. Oh my goodness. Do you see that stitching? Do you see that little butterfly? I cannot believe it. I have never seen this pattern before. I'm not sure who designed this pattern, but like I said, from far away, I thought it was a painting. I have never seen a full coverage piece so vibrant that it literally made me second guess that it was stitching. So that was a really awesome find. I could not believe I found it. So anyway, I got that, and it was really interesting. I went into Frederick and to go to the PH, the Primitive Homespun and Wool store, and I had checked on the website and I didn't see anything about it being closed on Wednesday or Thursday, so I thought, oh great, I'm gonna go to Frederick, I'm gonna go get some fancy floss, it'll be fun, because it's technically, as the crow flies, I mean, it's just as close and comparable going to Frederick as it would be going to Catonsville, so I wanted to go, because I had found this pattern. It's Punch Needle. I found this adorable pattern, and I told you all before, I absolutely love Valentine's Day. So I saw this and I went, this is a sign I have to go back to Kathy's store. Now, the first time I went to Kathy's store, she was in Gettysburg doing a fiber arts festival thing. So her son was manning the shop, and it's in this historic log home. Right in downtown Frederick. I mean, just spectacular. And I had gone to her shop and it was lovely, but she wasn't there, so I couldn't talk to her about cross stitch and gab and stuff. So I was really looking forward to meeting her this time, and wouldn't you know it, I get downtown, I get to Frederick. Her shop is closed. She's switching her shops. She has a primitive decor store and her needle art stores are two separate buildings. Separated by like a gravel parking lot, but they're in two historic buildings. Well, she's swapping them, which is awesome. So that means her needle art store is no longer going to be in the log cabin. It's going to be in like a historic row home. And then the primitive design decor shop is going to be in the log cabin. I think she's probably doing it for logistics and lighting, and with the historical preservation, I'm not sure how much lighting and stuff that she could do and to host classes. So anywho, her shop was closed, but I, forever the optimist, decided to kind of peruse around, and there's a quilting store right there. And wouldn't you know it, I walk in and Melissa was in there cutting fabric, and she was such a delight, and she helped me, and I went, oh, that's right, it's the row by row experience. Do you have a pattern? And they did. So this is the row by row. Oh, say can you see, the Francis Scott Key music block row by row, which coincidentally enough is my favorite block from this year because it's the music theme. Well, Francis Scott Key is from Frederick, Maryland. So the historical significance, patriotic, Americana, bundle it all up. Here it is, the row by row from Charlotte's Cottage Quilt Shop in downtown Frederick. So I'm so excited about that. And while I was there, I also got this beautiful fat quarter fabric. And it's got the kind of iridescent gold for Christmas and for one of my Christmas designs I'm making. So I have this now to finish my Christmas design that I want to show you all next week. So I gotta get moving on it and get my Christmas stuff out. All right, my other haul that I got, this was not at the quilt store. It was actually at a thrift store. I got this awesome Little Quilts crab, the whole kit with the embellishments, the fabric, everything. I'm so excited because Maryland, we're known for Old Bay and our crafts. A bit of stuff is fabric that I was really excited to get. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I absolutely love fabric. And if it's affordable and clean, I like to buy it. So I got this really awesome shimmery fabric, and all I can think of is Christmas. I don't know what to do with it. I don't know how to sew with it, but all I can think of is like tree skirt or something. And then I got this really neat, like upholstery fabric, and I don't have the slightest idea of what I'm going to do with it, but do you see that price? It just fell into my cart. It just fell. I had no control over this fabric. It just didn't. So I got this, and then I really like this. It almost looked like a sari material, but please don't quote me on that. But it's really awesome, and I just love the metallic and the iridescent, and this is one of my favorite greens right now. I just love it. It reminds me of the Pioneer Woman color palette, which is something that I've been kind of going for in my kitchen. So I see this and I'm like, what do I do with it? But I love it. I got a couple magazines, and then I got another magazine that I wanted to show. Okay, back up. Sometimes I pick up really awesome magazines for like 10 cents or 25 cents each, for the articles, for the pictures, like for the idea lookbook. Think of Pinterest, like before Pinterest, like circa 2004, before Pinterest was around, like where you would like cut out and make collages of vision boards and memory boards. Well, I still do that. I'm a highly visual person. So I will pick up magazines and stuff for 10 cents, 25 cents. And so I did get this really cool Christmas crafts for 25 cents. And it has cross stitch, but it also has all of these like kind of funny, silly little ideas. And it's got the big pattern insert. So I haven't been able to I haven't opened it up to look at the patterns yet because it's all part of the insert, but it's like old school 1985 Christmas crafts. I got it for ideas. I picked up the Quilt Sampler magazine. I think I paid 50 cents for this, and I liked it because of the this pattern right here. I thought that was awesome. So it's called the Star Strips by Karen Covey. Then I got Stitch Gifts, and this is an older one, but I loved the idea for making the gift card envelopes. But I was thinking of the Pass the Stash, or like the Stitchy Kindness, and thinking about making the artist trading card size stitching and then putting them in one of these little envelopes. So that's one of my ideas. Of course, I have lots of ideas. That doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to execute them all. And then look at this cute little snowbird cardinal pillow. Oh my goodness. To go with, again, there's not enough time in the day, but they're ideas. And then I got this. This was gifted to me. This is actually a current issue of a magazine. And I was thumbing through it, and I was cracking up when, look at what's on trend right now. Y'all, you see this? Stitching friends? Do you see this crocheted? $525. Okay, I'm going to say that one more time. This right here, you can buy it for $525. Yeah, see this right here? I need to know how to modify. I'm just kidding. That blanket, I'm not going to mess with it. I'm just being silly. I just wanted to show you on trend right now that we were on trend. All right, I want to show you now. So that's like some of my haul. I have so much more haul to show you, but I'm trying to keep this video short, and I spent, I think, like 10 minutes talking to you about my hair, or lack thereof. All right, so I want to show you that what I started stitching this week. Last week I premiered my pattern, and it's the Festive Pumpkin Pie, and you all have been so lovely with your comments and your messages. I really appreciate it. I had so much fun making it, and I think I'm gonna kind of make it into a series, so I'd love it if you stayed tuned to see some other ideas that are flowing, that are percolating, you know, or pressing down. Sorry, I'm trying to be punny, and I'm just being silly. So this is what I've gotten so far on my pumpkin pie. The colors are bright. I am a bright person. I love color. Totally change the colors around. I totally respect and give you artistic reign to change the colors around. So here we go, 3.14 pie, and I have part of the French press started and then part of the bodice of the lady. And I'm really happy with how it's stitching up. Again, it's bright. If you want to do primitive colors or like tone it down a bit, totally cool. And if you want to go just all out and like punch out the color even more, awesome. Tag me on Instagram. Love to see what you're doing. Okay. The next pattern I'm working on is not my design. It's by Nikki's Creations, and I changed all her colors. I hope she doesn't mind, but I grabbed from Stash when I was in Virginia Beach when I started the project. So this is the pattern that I'm working on, and I have the I have it started. I mean, it's not as far along as I'd like it to be, but it's started. I'm really excited about the purple. I'm using purple iris, and I really like how that's turning out. So those are the two that I can show you that I am working on. I have, I think I said last video, 11 projects that I'm currently stitching on to finish up. It's like 14 actually when I went through all my project bags, but I'm going to try to roll these out and get them available for digital download because they just need to be stitched. I haven't gotten any progress done on my little nursery animals, so shame on me. And I don't know why, I'm like having an artistic block on finishing up my straw holder. Look at this. I just barely have any to finish, and I just haven't finished it. I said I would show a photo of me with long hair, and I can't find any easily accessible. It seems like all the pictures I have of me with really long hair, I always have it up in a ponytail or up in a messy bun, so you can't really see the full length of my hair. So I did want to show you this picture of me from last year when I was pregnant, and this is an underwater photo shoot that I did, and I was 38 weeks pregnant in this photo. You can kind of see the length of my hair. I had cut it off significantly. I had already cut off 11 inches prior to this photo. So this is the first time ever having really short hair, and I'm filming myself and showing my mistakes. And you know, life is messy, life is complicated. And that's one of the things that I love about cross stitch, is that it allows me to get grounded and get centered again. I'm able to design patterns, I'm able to stitch other people's work, and then the community of Flosstube has really helped set things into perspective. And so I want to thank you. All right, now we're going to talk about more stuff. I'm going to do Stitchy Mail and Stitchy Kindness and all the other goodies. All right, I want to show you some Stitchy Kindness I got today from a lovely woman that we go to the gym together, and she goes, you do counted cross stitch, right? Yes, I do. She gave me these patterns. She also gave me a bunch of floss and stuff, so I was just really grateful. So this is my first ever unsolicited gift stitchy kindness that I've gotten. So I got Gifts of the Sea, which I really like. I got, now this is so funny. I have picked up this magazine about 4 different times. And I don't know what the universe is trying to tell me, that I need to stitch this. But look at that ship. So there's a ship sampler. Like I said, I have a couple copies of this already. And then I'm cracking up because I'm the generation of DARE program. It was like the don't do drugs in elementary school and stuff. So she gave me this, and it's called Teen Scene. And this, the little thing, it's a dinosaur. It says, say no to drugs. Oh my gosh, look at this little... Anyway, this is Teen Scene. Oh, don't bug me. That's totally appropriate for right now. Summertime bugs. Anyway, I'm cracking up. And then you have to love the old advertisements, or older advertisements. Look at this advertisement. Crochet that bracelet. I don't know how to crochet, but you know, the 90s are back. One of the big box stores had the entire clothing line from Clueless, and it wasn't like a costume line. It was like legit clothing that Alicia Silverstone wore, type, like the yellow pleated skirt and everything. As if, yeah. Yeah. So the 90s are back, the 80s are back. Anywho, those are some of my stitchy kindness. And now the library books I got. I studied art in London and in my undergrad and stuff, so I love finding art books. These are the 2 I got that I'm going to start looking at. Folk Art Fusion. This one is huge. I kind of want to put it on my postage scale just to see how much it weighs. But this is American Vanguard Art. I'm really excited about this. I love the idea of looking at the folk art and stuff. The outliers, and it's really it's a really big book. Different moments throughout the history of American modernism, avant-garde artists have enthusiastically embraced the work of their self-taught peers. What I really like about the folk art movement and contemporary American art is a lot of people say, oh, well, I'm not an artist, or I didn't take art class, or I didn't do this, or I didn't do that. You know what? Being self-taught, you're an artist. Teresa Kittenstitcher, all the time, she loves to tell us that she didn't take an art class and she didn't pursue art and this, that, and the other. She is an artist. She is. She's undeniably an artist. So don't think that, oh, because I didn't take these courses, I can't call myself a legitimate artist. Yes, you can. You can call yourself an artist. If you enjoy your art, if you're crafting, if you are creating something, you are an artist. Period. So with that in mind, I'm going to move on to my patterns and my shop news. So if you'd like to stay, awesome. If not, I'll see you next week. Oh, I'm doing the giveaway next week, so I'm going to let it run 1 more week. So it's 2 weeks long. So watch my previous video, and I still have to do the number generator and everything. So I'm going to let it run 1 more week for my giveaway. Okay, here we go. My patterns. I'm excited to say that I did a collaboration with Express Life Tifa. I will link her below. And she is on Instagram and on YouTube. She does Flosstube videos. I think she's taken like a 3-month hiatus, but hopefully she'll be back soon. She's an artist. She's out of Michigan. I know she's been shouted out by a lot of Flosstubers before. And I fangirled her, and we've kind of stayed in touch. And I saw her post this picture, her ink drawing, on Instagram, and I private messaged her and I said, I think we need to make that into a cross stitch pattern. What do you think? And she said, yeah, go ahead. That's cool. So I did. I made it into a pattern. I'm going to show, this is a digital rendering of it. This is her original, and this is the digital rendering. And it uses a lot of backstitching and some Mill Hill beads, and there's some cross stitches too, but it's supposed to mimic that look of a pen and ink. So it's a dark, it's charted to look like a black pen ink, and I'm really excited about it. It's a collaboration with a fellow artist and a fellow cross-stitcher, and I'm so excited about it. So again, it's Tifa's Growing Garden, and there's sunflowers, and it's her backyard that she sketched. And so the design area, the finished completed design area, if you stitch it on 14 count Aida or 28 count even weave linen, the finished design size is 10 by 8, so 10 wide by 8 down, so it potentially could fit in a standard frame, or however you want to do it, or Priscillify it. You know the gist of it. There is it's 140 stitches wide by 112 stitches high, and it uses the Silver Moon Mill Hill beads, and then a couple fancy flosses, and of course DMC 310 black. And I'm going to start stitching this, and we're going to show you the final project. But you know what? I just had to get it out there. I was so excited about it. Tifa approves of it, so we're going to have it up for sale and ready for digital download. So and I'll have that link below. All right. First collaboration. My next pattern that I have available is my Create Magic 24/7 365, and this is also available for digital download, and I'm really excited about it. It's a small stitch. I stitched it on 28 count Charles Craft linen. It's 68 by 66, and this right here, the finished design size, I stitched it all up, put ribbon around it. I attempted the Priscillify method. It's 6 inches by 6 inches. So it's a small piece, and if you want to stitch it by 40 count, then it would be like a little ornament maybe. You could put it on your Halloween tree, or put it, if you are so inclined, on your altar, on your mantle, however you feel. But it's a Halloween themed piece, and I really liked it, and I wanted to play around with the variegated threads. So those are my 2 pattern releases for this week. Again, you can check them out. I'll link it below. Shop news. I can't keep my Save the Stitches pieces in my eBay store at oneluckypug.com. I want to thank you all so much for reaching out and buying some of these pieces and rehoming them. I really hope that you enjoy them. I do get a lot of people messaging me, asking me if I can take pieces out of the frame to save on stitching costs, or shipping costs. And I just want to let you know that if it is professionally framed, I haven't taken it out or cleaned it. The frame is good to go, undamaged. I am not removing pieces from the frame, and that the price of shipping is the true price of shipping. Now, this full coverage piece that let me grab it. This full coverage piece that I picked up that I would like to clean, I will clean and put it up for sale. I will not put it back in the frame. The frame is damaged. It wasn't professionally framed. I'm not going to Priscillify it because I'm going to allow whoever purchases it to put it in the frame of their choosing. But this will get rolled and shipped rolled, and so to not crush the stitching. So obviously it's a lot less to ship a full coverage out of the frame than it is to ship it within the frame. Anywho, that's boring shipping logistics stuff. And I'm just very grateful for all of you. I said last week that I reached 100 subscribers, and I'm still just over the moon about that. I want to thank you again from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing, for liking. Again, I'm going to let the giveaway run on my last video for 1 more week, and then next week when we come back, we'll draw a winner, and I'll have a couple other new patterns to show you, and hopefully my hair will have grown out a little bit more, because this is just not this is not working for me. All right. Thank you. Be well. Happy stitching, and I'll see you next week.